In studio with us, it's Dino Vasso, cornerbacks coach for your Texans. Coach, how's it going?
Great. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, so how's preparation been for the Jacksonville Jaguars? We won't get into the record or anything yet, but you've got a tough task this weekend getting your guys ready to face Trevor Lawrence and company.
Yeah, they present a lot of issues. Obviously, we know the trio that they have as receivers, starting with Brian Thomas. He can win at all three levels, elite speed, game-changing speed. I know he's struggling right now, so to speak, but he had one of the better rookie years that I've seen in recent memory. So he's gonna provide a lot of challenges for us. And then moving on to the Hunter rookie, he's provided a lot of things for them, moving around the slot. Obviously, he can do a lot with the ball in his hands. And then they got a couple guys that can run. De'Ami Brown, number 5, again, another game-changing speed for them over there.
Yeah, I know speed is going to be one of the things. We talked to D'Amico about that. We talked to Nick about that. They kept bringing up fast and speed. I'll talk to you about Travis Hunter, because the guy that's played some and then not, and then some on defense and kind of all over the place. How does that impact preparation for them and him, knowing he can play every play over at wide receiver, he plays some at wide receiver? How do you kind of plan for a guy like that does have that speed, that ability, but he's a rookie, and they're only 3 games into this whole sort of experiment thing, if you will, with him?
Yeah, I'd say there's a little bit of unknown there, but I think you prepare like he's going to play full-time on offense. Yeah. Obviously, I don't coach offense, so I don't have to worry about him on defense. But, yeah, you prepare like he's going to play every down, and when he's out there, he obviously presents some challenges.
Yep.
Coach, when your corners blitz on occasion, how does that work coaching-wise? You discuss it together, and I know you're coaching them individually, but all right, now you have this different assignment here, but we have to watch out for what happens behind you because somebody might be open. How do you go about all of that?
Yeah, it's all within the structure of the defense. Kind of, it's built in. We don't have a lot of true corner blitzes, but if the formation maybe dictates that the corner can blitz, there'll be a scenario where he will.
Are they begging for it sometimes? I want to go in.
Yeah, you could probably imagine which guy wants to blitz and which guy doesn't want to blitz. But,
yeah, we got a pretty good feeling about that one.
So, yeah.
Coach, talk about receivers, obviously DBs, but got to start the quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Last year, faced him a little bit in the game in December that we saw him. What have you seen through the first couple games of Trevor, and what kind of problems does he present against your guys?
Yeah, I've always thought he's had a talented arm. Obviously, he was taken in the draft high for a reason. Can make a play with his legs, can play off schedule. Seems like he prefers sometimes to play off schedule, which obviously presents some issues for us. We got to cover him twice. We got to plaster. So doing some of the same things that he's done in the past. I'd say a lot of the throws are inside the numbers. Hasn't had a bunch of success outside the numbers, but we've seen him make those throws throughout his career. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of end breakers, a lot of throws in between the hashes and the numbers.
Yeah. When we see Derek Stingley Jr. travel with a receiver as opposed to staying on one side much of the time, that decision, is that kind of a collective thing? You discuss it, game plan, all right, this week we're going to do this, or if the game dictates in a different way, you might change that up, right?
Yeah, I would say it's probably one of the first things that we talk about, how we're going to deploy our guys, not just him. I mean, he's obviously the one that everyone wants to talk about, but everyone, how we're going to deploy them and utilize their strengths, what's going to help us win, what's going to put us in the best position to win the game. It's not just about, hey, we want Sting to go cover that guy. Well, if that's not best for us, that's not going to help us win the football game, then we may not do that. So every week is independent of each other.
Coach, what do you see in the growth of Kamari in his second year?
Man. He was ready since day one.
Yeah.
He was born ready. He's got that in his DNA. He's cut from that cloth. He's obviously made some leaps and bounds here the last year or so. He's became a more versatile player. Can play inside and outside. He played a little inside at the end of last year, but now he's just comfortable doing it all. Yeah. And again, selfless. Whatever we ask him to do, he's willing to do that. But yeah, he's a pleasure to coach. He's a joy to coach. Yeah. He's easy to coach.
Yeah. Same question for Derek, because everyone reported about the contract and everything, and he's working so hard in the offseason. We saw him in here while the rodeo's going on. You have horses and cows and Derek Stingley in the building and numerous other Texans working out at a time of year where a lot of teams wouldn't have their guys in, but that says a lot about him.
Yeah, kid just works. That's all he knows is work. We said this from the jump, that he was going to let all the contract negotiations sort itself out, and he was going to work. And that's what he does, and the rest of it took care of itself.
You guys are pretty good tacklers at the corner position. I mean, it's pretty clear. Sting and Kamari, Kamari loves to come up and hit, but he also raps too. I happened to see safeties coach Steven Adegoke today.
Oh, yeah.
In full gear.
Yep. I'm
waiting for Dino Vasso in full gear. Is that ever going to happen?
Yeah, you're going to be waiting. You're going to be waiting. That's not happening. That's not happening. I'm about 170 pounds soaking wet. They ain't hitting me.
Well, it's funny because we've seen him take punishment before, holding a big pad, but no gear on. And today,
I think it's the second time he's done this.
Has the second time?
Second time
the
he's
first time
done
we've
it.
seen him in full pads.
Yeah, he did it a couple weeks ago.
we see a number 8 with a dark colored jersey, which would indicate offense, right, during practice. And I'm thinking, Johnny, who is that?
Yeah.
And it's Coach.
So, in your football career, when you were a player, did a coach ever do that where you could get your shot on Coach? Like, man, Coach has been riding me for everything.
Man.
I'm going to get my shot on him.
I can't recall. I would say maybe like Pop Warner or something like that. But as you got older, I can't recall that happening. That's pretty unique.
Yeah.
Kudos to Steve.
Quarterbacks coach Dino Vasso with us. All right, so you've been here since 2021.
Yeah.
So you're a Houstonian now. You're
That's
a
right.
Texan.
That's right.
How's it been living in Houston, being a part of the Houston experience, if you will, Coach?
Love it. My wife loves it. That's probably the most important.
Yep.
She's from the East Coast like me. She's from Boston. Obviously, I'm from Philly, but again, we're Houstonians now. We're used to it. It's a little bit more country than we're accustomed to, but we love it now.
So, have you found a good place for a cheesesteak?
We've tried a couple.
Yeah.
I'm picky. I'm picky about them. I got a couple that I'll eat, but nothing that I'll brag about.
Okay, so I've always wondered this with people in Philly, because whenever I see videos of people that we're gonna go get cheesesteaks in Philly, and people always say in Philly, like, no, sometimes you got to get the pork sandwich with the broccoli rabe. Like, there are other roast pork sandwiches. Like, there are better sandwiches to get than a cheesesteak. True or false?
I like the cheesesteak the most, but I do know some people that would agree with you.
Yeah.
The broccoli rabe or the roast pork, but I'm a cheesesteak guy.
Yeah, I can't have mine with broccoli rabe. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
So to a native Philly guy, that is the food. There's no doubt. It's not misnamed.
To this native Philly guy, you ask a couple different people, it may be different, but for me, cheesesteak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough. What about Houston food? What about Tex-Mex or barbecue or whatever you like the most here at H-Town?
Love the barbecue. Spent a couple years in Kansas City, so I was introduced to barbecue about 10, 15 years ago. I would say this is a little bit better than Kansas City, in my opinion.
Good.
Good answer.
Yeah, but that would probably be my go-to, the barbecue.
Yeah, we got to work on some of the rookies. They kept trying to tell us during production meetings that Kansas City barbecue is better than Texas barbecue, but they haven't been here long enough to kind of adapt and adjust.
Jay Knowles from Kansas City.
What's that?
Jalen Knowles from Kansas City.
Jalen Knoll. Ariante Ursary was very staunch in his belief that Kansas City barbecue is better than Texas barbecue.
They don't play about their barbecue in Kansas City.
No, they don't play around.
They believe.
No. It's just not as good.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, it's not subjective at all, of course. Coach, thanks a lot for joining us. Good luck this
Appreciate
week.
it, guys. Thank you.